Hello everyone. We will continue the fifth model, designing with distributed object. So we had discussed in the previous videos about deploying the World Wide Web. So that is the Java servlet, HTML and Java servlet and state transition diagram for all add member, return book, remove book, save data, add book. So which all we have discussed, an interface requirement, developing user requirement, logging in, and so initial menus. So now we are going to discuss that next part is design and implementation. So we will discuss with the next part, design and implementation. So we know that when we had discussed about to deploying the library system on the World Wide Web. So to talk about this, what we say that design and implementation. To deploy the system on the web, so what are the things required? What are the things needed? So we need these following things. Classes associated with library is must, because without classes with associated any kind of library, we are not able to deploy it. So this is the thing. So here we actually we will recall that is this include classes such as a library. We had discussed about library, member book, catalog, and so on. The thing second one is permanent data. So created by the save command, because whenever we add the data, we are going to saving the data itself, that stores information about members, books, who borrowed what, and which is who holds that book, who is going to hold that book. So everything details we will be considering this second point. So third one, to deploy the system side, what are the requirement, what is the needed, third point. So HTML. So now talking about the HTML, we had discussed about all the tags of the HTML body, HTML header, all we have discussed. So HTML files that support GUI, graphical user interface, for displaying the information on a browser and collecting the data which are which entered by the user. For example, when a book is to be returned, a screen that asks for the book ID, it should pop up on the browser. Similarly, this screen will have a prompt to particularly we say that enter the book ID. So here enter the book ID, space for typing in the name, and button to submit the data into the system. So one more point here, we are taking into the point that so a set of files that interface between the graphical user interface and all the three above, okay. So and the object that actually do the processing, including the first part, so that we need to count it, okay. So here what we need to do this next part, the structuring the file. So how about that structuring the file? So now this is the structuring the file. The HTML code actually for delivery to the browser can be generated in one of the two ways here. One is embedded the HTML code in servlet. This has the advantage of making the servlet hard to read it. but more dynamic code can be produced. This is the case because embedded in the HTML code always, which is very hard to read because which will be embedded, but always it is a very dynamic to produce it. The read point, second point, structuring the file, read the HTML files so from the disk as a string and send the string to the browser. This is less flexible because the code remains static. So here what we do, that the thing is we attempt to combine the 2 point here so as to utilize the advantage of both approaches without sacrificing their either flexibility or cleanliness of code. Almost all HTML code is generated by reading files from the disk. So where needed, simple changes are applied to these files. So the desired functionality is achieved. So having this, we made the decision that most of the HTML code will be stored in the file. The next question is how to set up them. That will also be appeared in the structuring the HTML code, how we are going to set up. So first of all, we say that create HTML file for every type of the page that need to be displayed on the browser site. So for example, creating a file for entering the ID, for example, library management system. So ID of the books to be returned. Next, a second file for displaying the result of a returning book. The third file for inputting the ID of the books to be removed. So that is we consider. And fourth one for displaying the result of the removing the books, etc. Exploit the commonalities between the commands and create number of HTML code fragment is the one of the tasks, a subset of which can be assembled to form an HTML file submit suitable for a specific context. This is the things. So here what we do that, so first exploit that commonalities, that is the first option has the advantage of simplicity. So however, the reader can probably guess that a number of HTML file, how many HTML files are could be a problem for this. That a rough calculation which shows that at least 28 files are needed even without considering the intrications or associated with some of the command such as issue book or renewable books. So this is including. So here the second option what we had discussed there, that is because of the need to assemble the big file from the several fragments. So we find that it presents some advantage over the first. First, it duplication of the file is in the first approach. Duplication brings when it the problem in consistency. For example, to chance we are not thinking about how we are going to replace, we are going to just change the way library name displayed in the screen. So every one of the HTML file will be needed to be updated. So we thus opt the second choice will be the best choice for structuring the files. Similarly, next we will discuss about uh, examples of HTML file fragment. So I talked about what is the fragment, HTML fragment file. In case of a lot of HTML file will be taken into the part, so there is a problem will be number of, if the more number of file HTML will be taken, number will be the fragmentation problem or other problem will be appear. To show how this approach in examples works in the practice, consider the two commands, one for returning and other for removing the books. In both, the user must be presented with a web page that asks him or her to enter a book ID is the must. We have just a one file that displays the particular page, web pages. However, the servlet that need to be invoked will change the depending on the context. So therefore, we code the servlet name is as below. What we do that form tag action go to with book ID method post by simply changing the string. So there we have taken go to. So with the book ID in the servlet, so we can use the same HTML file in multiple situation also. What will be having this kind of this thing? A similar approach is taken for accepting the member IDs. For every web page, the header should display a title that depends on the respective content. So we maintain a just one file for the header. This file has a title that stands for the title of the web pages. Depending on the which page is being displayed, title is replaced by an appropriate string which gets displayed in the title bar. So when a command is completed, we need to display a web page. For most commands, the data to be displayed is small enough that it can be thought of as a simple string. So we therefore employ just one file, the command completed .html. To carry out the task, this file is adapted, however, what type of two different ways. So one is to result to be displayed will be vary. So which will be vary on the command. So as well as the whether the operation was successful. To care of this, the file as a string called result. So header 3 file will be taken here. Result br h3, that header 3 will be closed. What will happen? This may be replaced by a string such as book not found, a member added. So once the file is here, read the result string which is replaced by appropriate result of executing the command. So this what kind of code is given, so how we are going to take it. So this is the example of this HTML file fragment. So another one way is there. Just I will brief about it. To reduce the number of mouse click, that is also possible. The user may be given an option to repeat the command whose result which is displayed by the command completed. We have seen in the previous state transition triangle login with the different menus. Command completed .html file, that is the file. For example, after completing this for example add book, so we need to give a an option to issue the command once again so that the user can add another book. So that is also possible. Since that the code where here where control should go depends on the particular command that was just executed, some adaptation is in order. This is facilitated by having the respective line. How we are going to take? So h reference. So the href will be used in the HTML tag. A href replace js replace command br. So in the HTML file. In the case of add member, we have replacing command replace js will be taken. So that could be taken in the respective manner, so that we are taking another approach is the better. So this is about example how we are going to resolve the HTML file fragment, that is in case of more number of files. Here we need to think about how to remember a user. So usually in the HTML servlet typically deal with multiple users, because maybe the super user or ordinary user. So how we are going to remember the multiple users? When a servlet receives data from the browser, maybe the multiple users, it must somehow figure out which the user sent the message, what the users are, which users are the privileged, are we need to know that ordinary users or common users, things that. So each request from the browser to the server start a typical web transactions involved particularly multiple request response pairs. So this makes that process of remembering that the user associated with a connection somewhat difficult without extra support from the system. So here how we are going to remember, there is a session. The system provides actually the sessions, means that what are known sessions are the type of HTTP hypertext transfer protocol, that type of sessions. When it receives a request from the browser, the servlet may call the method get session, that is going to remember. So on the HTTP servlet request, so object, one object to create that is the session object, or if a session is already associated with the request, to get reference to it. Whenever it is already associated, that we going to reference it to check if a session is associated with the request, and to optionally create one. A variant of this method, get session boolean to create, may be used. So if the value false, which is passed to this method, and request has no valid HTTP session, so this method returns the null value. So whenever it returns the null value, so when a user logs in the system which create a session to the object, so HTTP sessions, that is called as uh, sessions equal to request dot get sessions. When the user log out, the session is will be removed. So how we are going to handle with this? When the user log out, the session removed as below, session dot invalid date, that would be taken. So request rather than login requires here which the users to be logged in. So there are the lot of code to evaluate the user. If the user doesn't have a session, that user has not logged in, request dot get session false equal to null null. So one of these thing here, a session object can be used to store the information about session. In the library system, we would like to store the user ID, the type of terminal from which the user has logged in, and some additional information are related to the user. So that could be taken as a void. Set attribute is required. So regarding that set attribute part, we should take it in the form of uh, set string name, and object value will be required. This command actually binds the values. The object is given in second parameter, the attribute specified in the respective name. Similarly, by setting the second here another parameter to the null. Why? Because the attribute can be removed anytime. Object get attribute string name. The attribute value associated with the name is return. Third point will be that a void attribute string name. This method deletes the specified attribute for this session. Similarly, next, a configuration container. So what is the meaning of that? Configuration container is required. So there were server runs with a support, for example, Apache Tomcat, which is a servlet. What we need to take a container, or several container that program that supports servlet execution. this Tomcat server is going to take into the all chart. The servlet themselves in a registered with the servlet container. We say that a URL, whatever the request from made by the user will be which converted to the specific servlet request and servlet container. So that is the part. So then we say that this is the thing of how we are going to be do it. Actually, that tree structure Tomcat followed by web apps, library and HTML file, web information classes, and in the classes we have web app HTML, and similarly in the class will be divided into library class servlet and library basic implemented library classes. That all will be taken. So how the directory structure will be stored? We store the HTML files in a respective directory, subdirectory, web pages, all will be in terms of directory will be having library, web page information. So this the implementation of this backend all such as a member catalog and the particularly basic information. So our implementation which requires the user create an environment variable named as library home that has a value absolute path of the directory that house of the HTML deploying deployment description element which are defined a file called web XML. So this the XML also required web part of this what is that permit large number of tag in the particular limited mapping to the URL compared to the HTML. XML will provide more. So to understand how that example XML code will be taken into the part. So now here actually what we are going to discuss the structure of the servlet in the web-based library system. So here actually a servlet which receives the data from the browser through the we know that one of the application is hyper HTTP servlet request object. Actually this involves parameter name and their values. So here IP address, internet protocol, IP address of the user and so on. For example, when the form to add a book is filled and add the button is clicked whenever the servlet do post method is invoked. We have discussed already about do post method. So which is invoked. So in that what we do, there are two parameter here. One is this method had two parameter request of parameter of type HTTP servlet request. Another one is a response HTTP servlet response. So both parameter will be has taken into the method. So each command is which is organized as a particularly combination of one of the two servlet methods. Actually, they what they need a number of common utility function during the actually processing or course of processing. These method and do post and do get both method will be there. Do post for request and do get for the responses which are collected into the class we can named as libraries servlet class. This class has a structure, we'll give it in the later slide. So what will happen here, most of the methods of library servlet fall into the 5 categories. So this we need to study detail how that most of the servlet will be fall into the one of the 5 categories. So one group contains method that store information about user. So what is the user? So here the methods are here attribute, add attribute, set attribute, get attribute and delete attribute. So we are talking about this all the one group contains methods that store the information about the user. So these information include the user ID, type of the terminal from which the user has logged in and etc. are stored in attribute associated with the session object. The method are will be taken. So second point we are going to discuss here, methods to validate user and help access to the rights. There is the access specifier or access right will be taking into the account. A validate super user method checks whenever the user super user validate to the ordinary member, so that we need to take it count. So what this does that actually the method library invocation which returns the true if and only if the user has logged in the formal terminal located, whether super user will be counted here with within the library, not outside the library. So that should be within the library. And third point, so here what is that third point says that the get file method will read the HTML file and return its content as strong object. Yeah, we should be counted as a strong object. Similarly, next slide we are moving on to that fourth one. Okay, the fourth group of the method which are used for handling users way who who have invoked that the method actually logging in. So method not logged in returns the true if and only user has respective logged in. So this method no logging in error message which returns the HTML code that display the error message when a person who has not logged the attempt to execute the command. Similarly, fifth point we say that the final group of command deal with the processing the request and responding to it. The do get message called do post, which does some minimal processing needed for all the commands, and then call the abstract run method, which individual servlet override. So this is the case how the execution flow will be taken. So we can see that in the next slide that in our design all the servlet inheritance which will override this method. So if the user has not logged in, return an HTML page that display the not logged in, else return an HTML page that is the result of processing a request. So this is the thing will be taken. So next slide we are going to discuss about execution flow. So this is about execution flow, how the execution will be done. Processing a request sometimes involves simply generating HTML page which is quite straightforward. This is the best understood by following sample command. We choose that what type of command is required. So here actually that simplified diagram will be there in the next coming sliders. So as in case the command which is issued from the main, what is the line that we have taken URL, so href, so href remove book ID initialization, remove the book. So the actually the URL servlet remove book initialization, recall that this correspond to the class remove book initialization. So when the click is linked, so the do post method of that servlet is invoked. The code for this method is a library servlet, so which will be included. So now this is the structure of servlet in the web based library system. So this is the class, even we can say the class diagram of the complete this thing. Here top of that row will be decided as the class library servlet, and what and all method will be the, so add attribute here, so add attribute, request HTTP, all that we have taken, set attribute and get attribute, and delete all attribute library invocation method library valid ordinary member super user validate super user get file not logged in no login error message do post get post and run all the request of that, so that and all will be taken. So next in the videos we are going to discuss about structure activity servlet based library system and in detailed HTML code. So what and all code will be there for issuing a book, returning a book, renewing book. So that logging and logging out all will be discussed in the next videos.